So I'm gonna need you to disregard the Mario Sunshine gameplay going on in the background because you didn't click on the wrong channel, you didn't click on the wrong video. This is about 2K. I just needed some background footage to run for the first few minutes so I can introduce this new series I'm starting on this channel, and I thought this was a good excuse to post one of my favorite games ever on the channel, so why not? Anyways, if you're one of the people that subscribed to this channel back in July or August, I believe, when I did the 2K giveaway, I gotta thank you for your patience and thank you for sticking around, because I started this channel when I was really excited and I was on summer vacation, and for some reason I forgot I had to go back to college, and I don't know what possessed me to think I could run 2 channels in college. Anyways, I'm currently on my fall break right now, which gave me a few days to kind of put together some footage for this channel and chop some of the videos up and just do some editing ahead so I didn't have to try to run 2 channels at the same time, because a lot of the work will already be done for this one. And with that, to get this channel going, I wanted to start a Play Now Online series for NBA 2K18 on this channel. Basically, since I'm having so much fun with online this year, and I think it's the most I've played online since about NBA 2K13, I want to play one game online with every single team in the game, and I'm not necessarily going to go in order because some of these guys I'm just skipping until I actually feel like playing, but for the most part I am going in order, and it's not just going to be generic commentary. So what I'm actually wanting to do is tell you guys some things I found out about the teams that I'm using, whether I think they're a good team to use, and what you can do to get an advantage on your opponent if you're actually using these squads. In a nutshell, it's basically me talking some strategy with the teams that I ended up using for whatever video it is, and it's also going to be some generic commentary mixed in with that as well. So it's definitely been fun for me to play with these teams, because I think I played with about 10 of them so far, and I've had those videos already recorded for this channel. So it's been fun for me, and I think it'll be entertaining for you guys, especially if you're looking to play with more teams online, because for me it's really spiced it up. So I know not everybody has the same attention span, and rather than explaining this entire series in detail, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with it right now. So if you enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So starting in order of the Classics teams, I went way back in time and grabbed the 64 Celtics, and I was actually kind of excited for this game because I've never actually ran with this squad before. Basically in NBA 2K16, I was doing a My League series with all Classic teams, and the 64 Celtics were one of the squads in there, and they made my life miserable all the way up into the playoffs because of their defense. Between John Havlicek, Bill Russell, Casey Jones, and Sam Jones, these guys could be up by 10 points or just double digits in general pretty quickly, because if you're not careful with the ball, you're going to be turning it over and they're going to turn it into points. So since I've never actually played with this team before and I've only played against them, I tried to use my knowledge from when I was going against them to kind of tailor my game plan for who I was playing here. The first thing you'll notice is that the computer has it set up so that Tommy Heinsohn is going to be starting at the small forward spot, and I think in most cases you're not going to want that to happen. You know, it's a good thing, especially with these Classic teams, to have at least one good guy coming off the bench, and that would work in this case with John Havlicek, but especially because I was playing the 96 Bulls, I really did not want to have Heinsohn out there with Michael Jordan and Pippen. I figured I'm going to have Sam Jones and I'm going to have Havlicek, because Havlicek is much quicker, he's going to be able to rotate faster, and I could double Michael Jordan in some corners and, you know, try to force some turnovers. I felt like I could do that better with Havlicek than I could with Heinsohn. So since I'm not starting Heinsohn at the small forward, some of you might already know some of his skill set and say, well, he can shoot the ball, so you should have him in the starting lineup anyways. And while that's true, you could put him in for Tom Sanders instead, because Tom Sanders doesn't really have any offense in this game. It goes back to what I said, and this applies to most Classic teams. You're gonna want, if you have the option to, you're gonna want one of these guys who are ranked in the 80s. You're gonna want them off the bench, because a lot of these Classic teams are running a lot of 60 and 70 rated players, and you can get really screwed when your starting lineup goes out. So for that reason, I opted to have Heinsohn come off the bench, and I'm pretty sure that's how it's always gonna be. If I have the option, I'm gonna have Havlicek starting and Heinsohn coming to bring the punch off the bench. So what you need to actually know about this team if you're using them? Well, first of all, common sense. Bill Russell is gonna rebound and defend with the might of God online. You're gonna notice a lot of times when you jump up for a rebound that he's going to be the first one to it. He's going to get a lot higher than people, so that's going to get you a lot of extra possessions. Sam Jones and Havlicek are both defensive gods, and it works really good for Sam Jones in particular, because on this, especially when I play with him, I'm using Sam Jones as my primary scorer. He can shoot the 3-ball, he can hit the mid-range, he even has a little bit of a post game against smaller guards. You're not going to see me use it so much in this gameplay because I can't really back down Michael Jordan. He's too good on defense, so it's not really happening here. But if feel like that's important because I think that's one of the things that dissuades people from ever using this team is, first of all, you'll see in this gameplay actually, I tried to run a few plays and they have very few plays that you can even run. They're pretty much all the same plays, they just happen on different sides of the floor. So it kind of seems like the offense doesn't vary much, but if you know how to use Sam Jones, you can really get off, and he should be your primary scorer because Bill Russell, yeah, he has a little bit of a post hook, but he's not really known for his offense. With Havlicek, he's not really as good off the dribble, so what I try to do with him is I try to penetrate and kick, and I might have hit 1 3-pointer with him in this game, I don't really remember, but he's really good at spot up shooting. So if you do happen to find him open, you're gonna want to let it fly because he's pretty accurate. Now, as far as your bench, as I said earlier, I'm bringing Tommy Heinsohn off the bench, and one thing I know you're going to see at the end of this gameplay is he's going to hit a couple of threes, and I believe one was a dagger. And here's the thing, again, put him at power forward because I don't really see the point of having someone as big and slow as him at the small forward position, but a lot of people don't know, especially online, that he can shoot the 3-ball, so he's the perfect player that you put in a pick and pop situation. So I can't remember who I was actually running it with, whether it was Sam Jones or Casey Jones, but you're going to see me put the pick and roll option to fade, and he's going to leave Tommy Heinsohn wide open, and I'm going to hit the 3-pointer every time because nobody really respects him, they just don't know. And the final thing I'll say about my experience with this team is, yes, like a lot of people probably know, hinting from the amount of people that don't use them online, they do take patience and skill to use on offense because they don't have a lot of guys who are just gods off the dribble. If you're not hitting your set shots with Jones, Heinsohn, or Havlicek, or getting layups with Bill Russell or putbacks or whatever, it is going to be kind of difficult to score with them. So rely on this team's defense. The way I beat this guy, and I'm not sure if I really edited it into the video, but I just didn't let him get off with any of his stars. I forced a lot of turnovers. When he put himself in compromising positions like a corner, or he was on one side of the floor and Pippen was on the other side, I would send a double team for Michael Jordan because Casey Jones and Sam Jones or Havlicek, they're really good at that trap. Another great thing you can do is anchor your defense with Bill Russell. I know there's a big stigma of not playing on-ball defense, but it would be really wise of you to control Bill Russell throughout the game because using him as your center, you can control the paint and you can patrol it. So if Michael Jordan or whoever, whatever team you're playing against, guys start coming towards the rim, if you bring Bill Russell over there, you're gonna get blocks, or you can just put his hands up. That's it, because it's really hard to make layups in this game and you can force a lot of missed shots. You're gonna make your opponent really frustrated, so that's a good tactic to use. And as you see here, I was able to bother his last shot enough to make him turn it into a pass, and if you try to pass in midair, that's automatically a turnover. This was the last straw and he quit the game. Since he quit, I didn't get to see all the stats and the score summary and the team comparisons, all the stuff I would have liked to show you guys in a regular breakdown so I could show you how I was playing the game and how I affected his game. So, what you got is what you got right here. And apparently that's it for this Play Now Online. I'm going to be dominating a lot of the dudes on this channel, so get used to seeing them quit. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and go subscribe to Dom2K, which is my main channel if you're not subbed to it already for whatever reason, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.